A very big welcome to you, my dear Taurus. Today you get the new moon, sun and new moon both in your sign, and that means a new cycle is beginning where you are able to recognize that you put yourself sometimes in a situation where you mentally are in a prison-like situation, but you put yourself there, and this is Jupiter in Gemini. And Jupiter is not in Gemini, Jupiter's in Cancer. And so we're going to look at Jupiter. We're going to look what Jupiter is saying. So Jupiter in Cancer, though, is, I think, wanting you to know that we expand first at home, right? Because when Jupiter is in Gemini, we expand mentally, and sometimes we expand too much. It's almost like we are looking for problems. We are looking for situations that are, right, actually not there. It's just all in our head. And so right now I'm going to see what is actually Jupiter bringing. Where are you able to expand yourself in? And it's the rose garden. Look at you. So at one with nature is something you like to do, is something that you should do, because you are Taurus, you are an earth animal. And I'm just seeing how the light is hitting the camera, and so there's this beautiful ray of light coming. It's almost saying, yes, then you are this woman. You see this? When you pass, right, there's this darkness. She's having this bandage over her eyes, but there is something coming and saying, look deep within and see who you are. See this beautiful woman. So the 9 and the 8 is the 17. That's the star, and there's the light coming from the dwarf star, the sun, our sun, and saying, have a look at yourself. You're beautiful. And then the 8 is left, and then you see something much deeper than what you think you are seeing. So right now, since Jupiter is in Cancer, I'm going to pick the deck from Cancer and not from Gemini, because we know what Jupiter in Gemini does, right? And we're going to add the reality to this reading, and we're going to look what is actually Cancer saying. And I have to each of the zodiac signs or the major arcanas a deck, and here comes the number 15, the major arcana, the devil. That's actually Capricorn. And you see now that here comes a moment of realization that the 15 is attachment to success, is attachment to making things, making out of everything money, right? So this natural dress that she's wearing, you look, the jewelry is not a jewelry, that's like an animal. She has the butterfly, the leaf, that's her hair. She has that natural beauty. And so the 15 is calculated together, that moment where then when we calculate it together, we get the 6. The 6 is self-love. And it's almost like the light that is coming in right now. It's saying, be that natural beauty, be that natural personality that you are, and don't think too much about the things that other people think are necessary when you are then in the 15, like here, the attachment of the devil, right, the goat. And that's at work. That's like an unnatural kind of environment that has been created back in the days. We were connecting to the earth, to the nature, and we were working with it, and now we're working against it. And I think that's what troubles you. You're the one that thinks about it, and you see how career and the financial climbing is more important than anything else these days, right? And that nature in itself has lost the power, but that's where you are thriving. And remember, the 6 is left, the self-love is left, and that's where you arrive, right? When you think about how beautiful she is, look at that. And so I think you are awakening to something new, because Jupiter in Cancer is saying don't go with the obvious. Don't go with the things that make you feel like you need them. You want certain things because it's something that comes from deep within, not because society has pushed it onto you and now you're a prisoner of it, right? And so the 7 and the 15 is the 22, and the 22, that's the Fool. Begin you to understand how you defy how the game of life is being played out there. You defy it for yourself. And so look at her, into the 9, into this completion, into the rose garden that you are. And it's a beautiful message. So go for it. And this is what the new moon is literally saying. You see the dark behind her, the hair, and the dark that she's looking at. And this is the darkest month. And the dark isn't something that we have to be afraid of. The dark is something that we can look deep within and reimagine that which we want to see in this world. And I think this is what's coming to you right now as a message from the sun and the new moon today in your sign. Wow, what a beautiful message. I hope I see you in the next one. That's when we get the sun in Gemini. And Gemini has come, right? Jupiter in Gemini. Don't think so much. Go with what you feel is the flow. Go with nature and defy them, and then make out of the 15 the 6. And so that's the message for you today. And of course, I wish you a beautiful new moon ceremony. And of course, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.